everyone, it's Sherry. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. Y'all, I went shopping today. I shopped my stash. Stay tuned. Welcome to my channel. I am so glad that you decided to stop by. And welcome to all of my new friends. Welcome back to all of my old friends and supporters. I really do appreciate the awesome way that you guys show up for me every day. In a previous video, you guys saw this mess on my desk. Well, I have returned everything to its proper place and I am ready to craft. And I am crafting my stash. Well, today I need to make a little something, and it's not going to be much, but I have a friend who has a birthday coming up, and I wanted to make her a little something. So that's what we're going to do today. We're basically going to make a complete gift set. So I'll be making this box, the scalloped lid without using a die cutter, and my bow without using a die cutter or a bow maker. And then I have a cute little card just tucked in right there. But I want to share with you guys just how simple it is to make this beautiful box and then fill it with some favorites. So y'all know what time it is. It's time to make it. So here is a closer look at today's super awesome project. When completed, we will have a box that measures 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 by 5. And here's a closer look at some of the teas that I have on the inside. I'll be adding more, but I'll also be adding some tissue paper just to upscale this look a little bit. And then I have this sweet little 2x2 note card that I'll be tucking right there. Made a bow using some of the scrap that we're going to have left over when we make this really cute scalloped lid. And remember the video that was titled, Remember These? The old deco scissors that we all used to have and that a lot of you have said you pulled out? Well, we're going to use those to get that decorative look on the edge of our box. And we're going to handcraft our loopy bow without using any machines at all. So here's what we're going to need to make this. I will be using one piece of the Dollar Tree poster board, and this measures 11 by 14. There are 4 pieces in the pack, and you guys know that a while back I introduced this on my channel, bought bunches of it, so using my stash, I am using some of the Dollar Tree poster board that was in my stash. And then I'm going to be using this beautiful sheet to make the lid. This sheet is from the Hello Again collection by Echo Park, and this was published in 2013. And I had a couple of these packs, and I think this might be the second time I've used this on the channel, but it's actually the first time that I've opened this particular pack. So 2013, we're shopping our stash. All right, so let's start out by making the box first. We are going to score this every 3 1/4 of an inch on the long side, which is the 14-inch side. So we'll score at 3 1/4, 6 1/2, 9 3/4. Then I'm going to be out of room, so I am going to take the last score mark that I made, and I'm just going to move it over to 8, and then I'll score over 3 1/4 inches. So that'll take me to 11 1/4. But that might change depending on where you place yours in your scoreboard. So basically what I did was on the 14-inch side, we scored at 3 1/4, 6 1/2, 9 3/4, and then we ran out of scoring room. So we took that 9 3/4 inch score, moved it to 8, and then I scored over 3 1/4 inches. So now we'll take the 11-inch side and we're going to score at 3 as far as we can go. Flip it and score at 3. Then I'll flip it to the opposite 11-inch side and we're going to score at 3 as far as we can go. Flip it, score at 3 as far as we can go. And while we have the scoreboard out, let's just go ahead and cut out the pieces that we need for the lid. So my lid is going to be cut at 7 3/8 by 7 3/8. And then I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to cut it down to 6. And then I'll cut me some strips that measure 1 by 6. And I'm going to cut 8 strips that measure 1 by 6. I'll bring in this scrap piece. We're going to cut it at 6. And then I'll cut out my remaining 4 strips. So I will have 8 strips that measure 1 by 6. And then I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of that scrap, and I am going to cut out a piece that measures 2 by 4, and this will be for the 2 by 2 note card. So here's what we have. We have 8 strips that measure 1 by 6. We have a 2 by 4 inch piece, and we have a 7 3/8 by 7 3/8 inch piece. Let's go ahead and score this lid. So on the lid, we're going to score at 2 on all 4 sides. And that's it. Now we are ready to put this together. So I am just going to fold and burnish the score marks on the box. So now that we have our scores folded and burnished, everything that we do at the top, we're going to do it at the bottom. So the first thing that we're going to do is remove this rectangular corner piece. You can actually angle in a little bit when you're removing that. And then we'll cut straight across here. On this end, we'll angle in slightly and remove those corner pieces. So your project piece looks like this. And then everywhere that we have a score mark, we're just going to angle and cut on both sides of those scores. So you can see that angled piece. Do the same thing here. And the same thing here. Then we'll rotate it and we do the same thing on this end. I am going to angle in this piece because we'll be folding this in. Same thing here. And the same thing here. So now your project piece looks like this. We are ready to put it together. I am going to take my tape, and on one end, I am going to add tape to all of these flaps. And then we're just going to fold them in. This just gives us a nice way to reinforce the box. Poster board is already pretty thick, but this helps to make this sturdier, and it gives us a nice professional finish around the lip of this box. So then we're going to flip it over so that these panels that we folded over are on the inside. And we're going to take tape, and I am going to put this box together with tape because I am using a very strong tape runner. If you have a Tombow, that's also a very strong tape runner for holding a box like this together. This will not be a heavy weight-bearing box. If it was, I would use glue. But since I am using tea bags in this, and it'll be very light, I can get away with using a high-quality tape runner to be able to hold this box together. So here's my glue flap. I am going to place tape on this one. I'll skip this one for right now. And we'll place tape on this one. So on the outside, we have placed tape on this one and on this one. And now I can flip it back to the inside. Here's that adhesive flap. We're going to skip this one and go to this one. And we're placing tape here on the inside. So this is how it should look. So when you have those flaps that you folded over facing you, then you'll have your adhesive flap here. Do nothing here. Place some tape here. And now I'm just going to place some tape on that adhesive flap so that we can put this together. I am going to be generous on the adhesive flap with my tape. Now we'll take it and we're just going to put it together. Making sure that we have everything nice and matched. You can see that we have a flat fold box. I'm not going to flatten it all the way because I do have tape on the inside. So here is our box. I'm going to fold over this piece, fold over this piece, and then whenever you're making a box, wherever your adhesive flap falls, that's the back of the box. So that'll be the third piece that we fold in. And then we'll have that piece that we put the tape on, and we'll fold that over. And now we have our box. I'm just going to stick my hand on the inside and get that flattened out. So there is my nice little tea box. Here is my lid. This will be the outside of the box, but I'm using the lighter side so that you can see what I'm doing. I am going to take my scallop edge scissors, and I'm not even going to fold and burnish my score marks just yet. So I am going to start here at one of the corners. And the reason why I'm not separating these right now is because it makes it easier for me to stay even going around, and I'll show you what I mean. So when you place your scissors in, you just want to line up. This is the point at which I'm going to line up right here. So I'll take that next scallop point and place it in there. And then I'll make sure that I have the edge aligned with this. And this is my guide going all the way across. And I'll just keep repeating this until I go all the way across. So when I get to the end, it's really not necessary that my corners are as straight as this section here, because we will be adjusting these. But starting out in the corner actually makes it easier for me to straighten up my cutting. So if I'm going to go crooked, I'd rather go crooked here on the end. Then once I go to the main part, I can start straightening it up because I can see exactly where I'm going. I hope this is making sense. These scissors are not difficult to use. If you have them, just pull them out and practice with them. They're not hard at all. So I am going to start here and cut. And then I stay close to the edge, lining everything up. And y'all, I can tell you this, my cuts will not be perfect, but this is going to be a pretty nice box. So there is my scallop lid. Now I can fold and burnish. And then I'll use my finger blade to go up to the score mark, drag straight down to separate these pieces. Then I'm going to angle in. I'll go to the score mark here, angle in, and then I'll reduce. So now we're going to do this piece. And I will angle, angle, and reduce. Same thing here. And so there is our piece. You can see that all of the scalloped ends are gone from the tabs. And I only left those on because they help me when I am cutting out this section. It helps me if I happen to be going crooked. By the time I get to this panel, I can sort of straighten it out. So now we're going to put this together. Again, I'm going to use my tape. Be very generous. Just make sure that you are using a good quality tape runner. If you have one that you are skeptical about, use glue or a glue stick if you have a good quality glue stick. So now we can take this and we're just going to put it together, going all the way around. And so there is our nice little lid. Bring in my box, put my lid on. You can see just how cute this is and how easy it was. Now we're going to do the bow. So I am going to bring in my 8 strips that measure 1 by 6, and I'm just going to do a slight curl to each one of them. Just makes it easier. And to put these together, we are just going to take some tape and join it like this to create our loops. No fancy crafting here. All right, so once we have our 8 loops, we're simply going to trim away a little bit to get a point like that. And we do this on all 8 loops. Don't worry about your points being even. It's really not going to matter. So now I'm just going to take my tape, add some tape here, take one of my loops, and join it to this one. And then I'll add some more tape to the loop. We're going to join it right there. I hope you guys can't hear my stomach rumbling. It is really, really rumbling. And we just keep doing this. So now that I have these 4 down, I'll take this one and fill in these spaces. And we will do our last one. So there is our bow. So now I'll bring in my piercer, and I am just going to pierce a hole until I go through this completely. And we're going through some layers, so once you have that hole punched, then I'm going to bring in my lid, and I am just going to try to find the center of my lid. Punch me a hole. Going to use my brads, and this time I think I'm going to use one of these silver ones because I think that will be cute. So let's just take the brad and feed it through. All of my layers. Then I can put it on the lid, open it, and now I can take this and just sort of play with my loops to make them bigger if I want. And I'll put it back on my box. But y'all, I think this is such a stinking cute way to be able to make personalized packaging for the person that you might be gifting. I am going to bring in this little piece here that measures 2 by 4, and I'm just going to fold it. Then I have a little piece of scrap left, and I am just going to trim it to fit. And that way, if you want to write a little message, you can. So I am going to add some tape. And we will take this piece, place it on the inside. Now we have a place for a little message. You can take it and then tuck it underneath the bow. If you want to secure it more, just take a little bit of your tape or repositionable tape and just put it down. So now when you go meet that friend for lunch, or you're just dropping this off, or you're leaving it on a coworker's desk, you have this really cute custom packaging that you have created to be able to give a personalized gift. Like I said, I have tea in mind, but you can put so many different things in yours. It's completely up to you. This is the one that I'll actually be using because she likes green, but I like this one just as well. So who knows? I might put some of those fuzzy socks in this one and give that to her as well. So I hope that you have enjoyed this really quick and easy way that we can make our own custom packaging, down to the bow, down to the little note card, and to be able to present our gift in what we made. And some of you wrote it in the comments. It doesn't matter if you're using old paper. That paper is new to them. They don't care about the publication date. So go ahead, shop your stash, pull out those oldies, and let's start using them. Guys, I hope that you have enjoyed today's super awesome project. If you have, please hit the like button. If you are not a subscriber to my channel, I would love to have you join this amazing online crafting family. You guys, as always, please be safe, be kind, be the reason someone smiles today. Happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.